What makes a character interesting? What's the difference between the cost of a New York Times bestseller and your average two-dimensional cardboard cutout? Is there a secret to bringing your characters to life, or is it all just luck? So, we're going to be separating the 4 qualities into 2 categories: physical and moral. So, physical's like superpowers, talents, abilities, even like political connections or something like that. And, morals like beliefs, fears, stuff like that. Anything that might go into making any given decision. You don't necessarily need all of these for your character, but I would suggest that for each of them, especially your hero, because they're the main characters, they're going to need some more development, you'll want at least 2, but if it's your hero, you'll want at least 3. So we're going to be diving into each of these with examples from Ron Weasley from the Harry Potter books, because he displays all 4 of these really well. Want at least 2, but if it's your hero, you'll want at least 3. Okay, so I'm not gonna give you an hour-long lecture on theme, well, not yet anyway, but, and I'm not saying that said character has to be the Charles Fernsby of your novel, but, we read stories because they're about people, and we root for them because they're good, not just because they're outgunned, outmanned, outnumbered, and outplanned. You need to give your readers a reason to care about them, even if you're writing, like, a villain or a morally ambiguous character or something like that. Because people are just complicated, they're not black and white. Ron's moral strength is definitely his loyalty, and it's demonstrated in every single book. In Philosopher's Stone, he sacrifices himself in the chess game so that Harry can go on. In Chamber of Secrets, he walks into both Aragog's Den and the Chamber of Secrets to help him. In Prisoner of Azkaban, he literally gets between Harry and the guy who broke out of Azkaban specifically to kill him. Or so he thought at the time. So the next quality is moral weakness, and it's definitely one of the most important qualities, because a perfect character is a very easy way to end up with one of those two-dimensional cardboard cutouts I mentioned earlier. Ron's moral weakness is his jealousy, and it's brought to the breaking point in both Goblet of Fire and Deathly Hallows, and it's mainly due to being overshadowed by Harry and his brothers growing up, because a character's life will change them. If Mike narrowly escapes a burning house in Chapter 3, he'll still avoid fire even after he's recovered in Chapter 15, and then if, say, the house caught on fire again in Chapter 27... Now, I know what you're thinking, I don't want an overpowered hero, that would be boring. And yes, you don't want an overpowered hero, but your hero does need power of some sort. And partly because if you need your hero to be pathetic for the plot to move forward, then your opposition's just kinda weak. And people naturally respect and look up to power, and you need to give your readers a reason that they're the protagonist. Frodo's the one taking the ring to Mount Doom, because Frodo's the only one who can resist the pull of the ring. Harry's the one who has to defeat Voldemort because he is the chosen one. And it's easy to keep physical strength in check. Take Turtle, for example. I mean, he's an animus, he can do pretty much anything, but at the cost of possibly losing his soul. Which is good enough for the first couple of books, but then you get to Talons of Power, and then it's further inhibited by the fact that Darkstalker can sense all of the animus spells, and yeah, that goes well. Now, Turtle's all well and good, but what about Ron? Ron's moral strength isn't as obvious on the surface, especially compared to the Chosen One and the Know-It-All. But it is there. I mean, think about it, like, he almost single-handedly wins the Quidditch Cup in Order of the Phoenix. He destroys the Locket, breaks into the Chamber of Secrets twice, and fights and survives against the terrors of the Wizarding World twice. And Penelope Clearwater couldn't do that. On the flip side, this can easily get out of hand, which is why you need physical weakness, because an overpowered hero will bore your readers very quickly. And also, people relate to weakness, because we all have weaknesses. We all have lots of weaknesses, and a character without weaknesses is about as realistic as one of those two-dimensional cardboard cutouts I mentioned earlier. Those pop up a lot! Rons, spiders. If you liked that video, make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. If you didn't like that video, make sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel. Wait.